Hello, everybody. It's John Gauthier with Gopher Industrial, and we have Carl Swee back. Bassmaster Open tournament angler, just got back from his second tournament of the year, but the first Central Open bass tournament, and on Table Rock. So you want to kind of do a little recap on that?
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had a lot of good news to tell y'all and talk about the really big fish, but no, I tell you what, it was, believe it or not, you do this fishing for so long, and it really becomes a good, learning experience. And I have to take the tournament as a learning experience just because a lot of things happened during the week at Table Rock. And one is I had a great practice. We got there, it's funny, it snowed on Sunday and it was 71 degrees on Tuesday. So a lot of things changed throughout the time. As the tournament approached, we had another front come through, which gave us the experience of the high skies, as well as, cold temperatures again. So it was kind of cold, hot, cold, and bluebird. So, it makes things tough when things get like that.
Well, and I know, Carl, I think you weighed in 4 fish the first day, 4 keeper fish, and then 3 on the second day. But it wasn't from lack of catching fish. You were catching a lot of fish.
Yeah, I was. And in that... I'm always one of those kind of guys that, I like to play the percentages. I mean, I like to, because I'm used to those, pre-spawn and spawn fish, where you get you a lot of bucks. But I'm like, okay, if I can catch 6 or 7 buck bass, I'm that much closer to catching that big mama, that 6 or 7 pounder. I guess that maybe was my train of thought during that week. First day, make a long run. I'm very familiar with Table Rock, living in Arkansas for 12 years, we were fishing Beaver Lake and Table Rock, so I was real confident in the area I was fishing. And, I got there the day of the tournament, the first day of the tournament, and started down my first stretch, and, I caught most of my fish cranking, which is a big deal up there, cranking, throwing jerk baits, and I went a while without getting a bite, and I'm like, uh-oh. I don't want to go in with nothing, I'm going to catch something. So I started fishing the channel swings. That's where I was catching a lot of my quality fish. And it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't a lack of getting bit. It was getting the right bites. I believe me and my partner counted that I caught like 42 fish on the first day of the tournament, and I had 4 keepers. So my theory on, playing the odds didn't quite pan out like I wanted it to. But
it's hard to leave those fish. That's a hard fish to leave.
And that's what I'm taking with it, Sometimes you have to learn if you're not catching those right fish, but it's so hard to do it, You're having fun, you're catching them. And these weren't like 10 and 12 inchers I was catching. I mean, I managed to catch 4 over the 15-inch limit, but I was catching some that, oh, man, I'm telling you.
I was ready to stretch them.
They were so close. So I stuck with it, But I took that, and then the second day, I'm like, I'm gonna change it up a bit, I'm gonna get out there and fish a little deeper. Well, that didn't last long because I wasn't getting bit, so I knew I could get bit up there, and I got caught in the same trap. But, to make a long story short, the primary pattern up there, when the bluebirds came in, the cold front came through, these fish became, extremely shad-oriented. They ended up suspending in really deep water.
I mean, 150 foot, wasn't it?
50 to 150 foot. One of my co-angler buddies that stayed with me that week, Mike Jones, great guy. Mike was fortunate to draw a couple locals up there that was really in tune with, hey, this is what I need to do in those situations. I think he caught his first fish, which was like a 5-pounder, and then like a 4 3/4 pound, and they were sitting in like 140 foot of water. Now, they weren't catching them on the bottom, obviously, but these fish were chasing shad, and they were very shad-oriented, and that's just where the larger fish were, once the weather change came in.
Well, and that water's very clear up there compared to what we have down here, but it's hard to think about that when you leave here, when you leave Rayburn or Toledo Bend, our local lakes here, where average depth's about 15 foot, a deep part of the lake, and that's if you get at the dam, you're going to fish in about 45 foot of water. To sit there and try to wrap your head around the fact that I'm going to be fishing in 150 foot of water. That's a change, and it's hard to do that. And like I said, it's very difficult when you to transition from what you're catching fish on to go to something that you didn't practice on because you just didn't follow the fish whenever the cold front come in, and that's
That's
hard to make yourself do, I think.
It is, John, and I think that's all part of, kind of how we started this segment talking about, educating yourself. And, I've been doing it for a long time. And those bad tournaments, you got to be able to get something good out of them.
Yeah.
So you can bet that if I happen to be at Table Rock or one of the, the Highland Lakes in February and this happens again, I'm going to have a little better idea of what I need to do. I mean, so, yeah, that wasn't my confidence level. It's like I grew up fishing Lake Sam Rayburn and those places, and of course I've had a lot of success on these Highland Lakes in the spring. These type of situations, I got to get better. I mean, there's no doubt.
Well, and that comes with experience, of course, being on the water and fish around. There's no doubt. You guys fish all over this country, and it's a different deal. And so for us guys that fish weekend tournaments and fish locally, and trying to think about how y'all have to think about going to fish. And from one month you're in water that's no deeper than 5 foot for the majority of the area you're in. The next month you're in a tournament lake that the water can get 200 foot deep. You're catching fish in 150 foot of water one day, but the day before you were catching them in 15, 20 foot, which is what we're comfortable with. To a river tournament someplace, it's a different animal every time you move around and every time you fish. And but it's what makes it fun, and that's what makes it competitive because those guys are going to find them. You're going to find them. They're going to catch the fish. So let's transition a little bit here. So because where's the next place that you're going to be fishing at?
Well, my next tournament is going to be on a lake that I've never been on before, Lake Chickamauga in Tennessee. Of course, I've heard some tremendous stories about it. I've actually seen the lake. I actually went to a BASS Bass Fest there years ago to work it, but however, I didn't fish it. And here it's a phenomenal lake. It's got a lot of big fish in it. We should be hitting it right. We're hitting it in mid-April. I think that tournament's like April 15th, and during the middle part of April, and it's going to be a phenomenal tournament. I think there'll be some real big ones, and maybe I'll get to throw the Sweebo worm.
The Sweebo, that'd be good.
Yeah,
I know you like throwing. I like throwing it with you too. It's a lot of fun. Catch a lot of fish. Well, I tell you what, but before you go to that, we're going to be at the Bassmaster Classic. Gopher Industrial. We're going to have a booth there. Carl is going to be there with his boat, with all of his stuff on. Going to be able to talk to you about fishing and techniques and stuff. So we're looking forward to that. But you want to talk about that? And I think we're giving something special away at that.
Yeah, we've mentioned so many times about Gopher Industrial, and man, these guys are all in. I mean, it's one of those deals that we're happy that the Bassmaster Classic is coming here. To
close to home for us.
Yeah, Southeast Texas is close. People throughout our community, as well as communities all around, are real excited about this. I know that we're going to probably have phenomenal crowds. I mean, there's a lot of advertising. Bass is putting a tremendous amount into it, and it's all in all going to be a great tournament. Plus, we have one of our Gopher Industrials, fisherman Todd Faircloth, that's going to be participating in it. We got Davey Height, another Gopher Industrial fisherman that is going to be doing all the commentating for ESPN and Bassmaster. So I'm telling you, we're excited, John. It is going to be a blast, and if you can make it, please come. And and there's one other bonus that I have to mention. Man, I tell you what. Oh yeah, this is the deal. Hey, come to the Gopher Industrial booth at the Bassmasters Classic in Houston, Texas. And we're going to give away a $1,000 Bass Pro gift card. Man, I tell you, and if you can't make it, be sure and keep in mind that you can go online at gopherindustrial.com and be sure and register for that $1,000 Bass Pro gift card. I don't know about you, but man, $1,000, I could do some damage,
Well, I could do some damage, and I could sure help myself at home because my wife wouldn't be nearly as mad if I'm spending Gopher's money. As opposed to me spending my own money, because we spend a lot of money on that tackle and stuff because you have to have it, Carl.
Well, you do, but I'm going to tell you, you're still going to be in the doghouse because you're going to use this $1,000, you're going to spend another $500, so you'll spend $1,500.
So by the time the end of the day, I'm in trouble again, and then I got to go buy flowers or something. But it is a lot of fun. But like I said, come see us. We know that. One of the things, we're bringing in some different companies into the fishing world now, but even though they're not related, they are related. We like to, our saying is that, you work during the week and you got your welding rod in hand, and on the weekend you got your fishing rod in hand.
Yeah, so true.
And we cover everything from MCR safety products to Miller Electric products and to Cox Reels, which is not just industrial products. We can definitely fit that, anything large or small, but also for the guy at his home that wants to have some stuff that is his home shop and definitely going to fit that. But the Bass Pro Shops gift card is definitely important. So please come by and see us. I'm John Gauthier with gopherindustrial.com, and we have
Carl Sweeback, and then we certainly look forward to seeing you at the Classic.
Thank you.